we'll be taking a look at a strategy that is still working that I do encourage you to practice on a weekly basis. Even if you don't see a pattern manifesting in your state, I do encourage you to practice these strategies on this channel so you're prepared and ready. This is what it takes to be a good player at this game. Right now, we're looking at the state of Arizona. Arizona is a state with only one drawing a day, 7 days a week. And this is October 2020, the overall column results. So if you've been with me since the very beginning, or if you've been exploring this channel, you know exactly what this is. The number on the left-hand side represents each and every day for the month of October. The number on the right represents which column that played for that specific day. Now you may refer to columns as the hit sum of the day. I recommend that you wait 13 to 15 days and allow for your state to manifest a pattern. See which column they're playing from the most. See which column they're playing from the least. And see which column is not playing at all. And this will help you minimize your combination selections and also prepare you for bigger hits. Now, I'd like to point out there was a column that was not played in the month of October 2020 on Arizona's drawing. If you know what column that is, can you please leave it in the comments below? So as we look at this, we can see that on the 1st of October, they played from the 6th column. And on the 2nd of October, they played from the 7th column. Okay, a couple of days later, they came back to the 6th column on the 5th. And on the 6th of October, they played from the 8th column, okay? Later, towards the end of the month, on the 21st, they came back to the 6th column, and on the 22nd, the 7th column followed, okay? A couple of days later after that, the 6th column came back again on the 25th, and on the 26th, the 8th column followed, okay? So we can see these patterns, okay? These are the type of patterns you want to look for. These are the patterns that's going to help you minimize those combination selections and prepare you for bigger hits. So if I was playing this drawing, okay, on the 21st, when the 6th column came back, I definitely would have considered combinations coming from column 7, but also column 8, okay, according to these two patterns that happened at the beginning of the month, okay? So I would have went back on the 1st when the 6th column played to start the month and find out what combination that was that played, okay? On the 2nd, I would have seen what combination that played and from what column. So we could see that on the 1st of October, the combination that was played was 024, okay? And we could see that on the 2nd of October, from column 7, the combination that played was 971. Okay, so I would have took the combination that played on the 1st from column 6, 024, and I would have explored this channel and find the strategies that would have gave me the winning combination that played on the 2nd from column 7, 971. And I would have came across the mirror and reverse flip tic-tac-toe strategy, okay? So on the 5th, I would have looked to see what combination played from column 6, and I would have looked and found what combination that played on the 6th from column 8, okay? I would have took that same combination that played on the 5th from column 6 and tried the same strategy I tried when I used it the first time. So for this, we decided to use a strategy using mirror numbers and reverse flip numbers. So if you're familiar with mirror numbers, you know how they pair up. And if you're familiar with flip numbers, you know how they pair up. So we have the chart in reverse. So the numbers that are on the bottom of this chart actually go on the top. And that would be your standard flip number chart, but we're using it in reverse, okay? So we took the combination that played on the 21st, okay, from column 6, 213. We took that combination and we put it in the first row of the tic-tac-toe grid going straight down, okay? In the second row, we put the mirror number of each individual number that played on the 21st. We put its mirror number in the second row. And in the third row, we put the reverse flip number of each number from the first row. We put its reverse flip number in the third row. And that completed our tic-tac-toe grid. Okay, so we knew that we was going to be looking for combinations coming from column 7 and column 8, according to these two patterns that happened earlier in the month. Now remember, each individual column only has 22 combinations to choose from. So I want to find all the combinations I can from column 8 and column 7 in this tic-tac-toe strategy. Okay, so from column 8, we can see there was only 3 combinations that I can find out of 22. Okay, for column 7, these were the only 7 combinations that I could find. Okay, so I definitely would have played all of these combinations. On the 22nd, it was worth a shot to see if this strategy would work and to see if they would follow through with one of the patterns they did earlier in the month. And sure enough, on the 22nd, they played from column 7, and the combination they played was 368. So this definitely would have been a hit, okay? And it would have been a nice hit too, because we can see that at the very beginning of the month, when they played column 6, the combination they played was 024, okay? And we can see that the same strategy worked the very next day on the 2nd. From column 7, they played 971, okay? Now on the 5th, they played column 6 again, and the combination they played was 646, a double. So on the 6th, from column 8, the combination they played was 936. So we could see that the same strategy worked both times the day after they played column 6. So on the 21st, I definitely would have played the same strategy, okay? And I would have caught that hit from column 7. Okay, now I'd like to point this out. We could see that on the 1st and 2nd, they played column 6 and 7, okay? 20 days later, on the 21st, they played column 6 and 7 again, okay? On the 5th, they played column 6, and on the 6th, they played column 8. 20 days later, they played column 6 on the 25th, and they played column 8 on the 26th, okay? So on the 25th, when column 6 played, I would have favored column 8 overall, okay? Because you can see this pattern. This is why it's very important to monitor exactly what your state is doing, okay? This is why it's very important to explore this channel, figure out what strategies that work. You will see similarities in these patterns, okay? Learn to minimize those combination selections and prepare for bigger hits. If you found this information useful, I do encourage you to share it with others that you know that plays the game Pick 3 and also uses tic-tac-toe strategies. Always remember, it's always better to give than receive, and the more you learn, the more you earn. Take care, everybody.